Okay, good morning, guys. I hope you're doing good. Let's go ahead and get started on lesson 7. Our objective tells us I can understand the relationship between ratios and fractions. I can understand associated ratios. So, today we're going to be writing ratios as fractions. Okay, it's just another way we can write ratios. And so, if I have the ratio 1 to 2, I would write that as a fraction 1 half. Okay, if I have the ratio 2 to 3, I would write that as if I had the ratio 2 to 3, I would write that as 2 over 3. Okay, so let's move on. Example 1 says, which of the following correctly models that the number of red gumballs is 5 over 3 the number of white gumballs? Okay, so try to figure that out real quick. Okay, if you chose letter B, you are correct. Okay, we're comparing red gumballs, which is 5, to white gumballs, okay, which is 3. And letter B is the only one that shows that, okay? Let's move on. Example 2, the duration of two films are modeled below. Okay, film A has 5 units, film B has 7 units. Okay, so letter A tells us the ratio of the length of film A to the length of film B is 5 to 7. Okay? Letter B says the length of film A is 5 over 7 of the length of film B. Okay, so 5/7. So the length of film B, now they switch the order. Pay attention to that. So now we're going to have 7/5 of the length of film A. All right, remember, guys, order matters, especially when we're dealing with fractions. Okay, 5/7 isn't the same as 7/5. Okay. Now, exercise 1 tells us Sammy and Kaden went fishing using live shrimp as bait. Sammy brought 8 more shrimp than Kaden brought. When they combined their shrimp, they had 32 shrimp altogether. Okay? So, how many shrimp did each boy buy? Well, they both bought 32. Okay? And Sammy brought 8 more than Kaden brought. Okay? So, we have to figure out two numbers that add up to 32. Okay? And Sammy's number is 8 more than Caden's number. Okay? So that number would have been Sammy is 20. Okay? So if Sammy has 20, how much does Caden have? Caden has 12. 20 plus 12 equals 32. 20 is 8 more than 12. Okay? So what is the ratio of the number of shrimp Sammy brought to the number of shrimp Caden brought? It is 20 to 12. Okay, express the number of shrimp Sammy brought as a fraction of the number of shrimp Caden brought. So we would just write this as a fraction, 20 over 12. Okay, what is the ratio of the number of shrimp Sammy brought to the total number of shrimp? Okay, the total number again is 32. Sammy brought 20, so our ratio is 20 to 32. Okay, and what fraction of the total shrimp did Sammy bring? 20 over 32. Okay, so exercise 2 tells us a food company that produces peanut butter decides to try out a new version of its peanut butter that is extra crunchy using twice the number of peanut chunks as normal. The company hosts a sampling of its new product at grocery stores and finds that 5 out of every 9 customers prefer the new extra crunchy version. Let's make a list of the ratios that might be relevant for this situation. Okay? So, number 1 says the ratio of number preferring new extra crunchy to the total number surveyed is what? 5 to 9. Okay? So we're going to write all these as fractions. Okay, now the ratio of number preferring regular crunchy to the total number surveyed is what? So if 5 out of 9 preferred the new crunchy, how many preferred the regular crunchy? Okay, 4 out of 9. Okay. Now, the ratio of the number preferring regular crunchy to the number preferring new crunchy would be 4 to 5. Okay. And the ratio of number preferring new to the number preferring regular would be 5 to 4. Okay. So just make sure you're looking at the order that they're asking you to list the ratio. Okay. Now let's look at letter B. This says, let's use the value of each ratio to make multiplicative comparisons for each of the ratios we describe here. Okay, so the number preferring new extra crunchy is blank of the total number surveyed. We already know that is 5 to 9. Okay, that gives us, that they give it to us right there. Okay, number 2, the number preferring regular crunchy is 4 to 9 of the total, okay? Because regular is the other 4 of the 5 out of 9, okay? The number preferring regular crunchy is blank of those preferring new extra crunchy, okay? Regular to new is 4 to 5. And then number 4 says the number preferring new extra crunchy is 5 to 4 of those preferring regular crunchy, okay? So now, if a company is planning to produce 90,000 containers of crunchy peanut butter, how many of these containers should be the new extra crunchy, which is 5, okay? And how many of these containers should be the regular crunchy, which is 4, okay? What would be helpful in solving this problem? This one of comparison statements, okay? So, altogether, they're going to make 90,000. Okay, so we have to find what each is going to be if they made 90,000 containers. Okay, well 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, and that's our ratio. That's the 9 customers that they surveyed. Okay, so for the 5 extra crunchy would be 50,000. Okay, and for the 4 that prefer the regular would be 40,000. Okay, and if you add both of those up, you get 90,000. Okay, use those ratios to help you find these multiplicative answers. Okay, so now letter D. If the company decides to produce 2,000 containers of regular crunchy peanut butter, how many containers of new extra crunchy peanut butter would it produce? Well, we're still looking at our ratio of 5 to 4, okay, like we had here, okay, and we're comparing the regular to 2,000, okay? So what times 4 equals 2,000? 500. So what's 5 times 500? 2,500. Okay? So our answer is 2,500. Okay? Now look, if the company decides to produce 10,000 containers of new extra peanut butter, 10,000 of them, of new extra peanut butter, okay? How many containers of regular peanut butter would it produce? Well, what times 5 equals 10,000? What do I have to multiply to 5 to get 10,000? If you did 2,000, that would be correct. 5 times 2,000 equals 10,000. So what's 4 times 2,000? 8,000. Okay, so we would have to produce 8,000 regular. All right. If the company decides to only produce 3,000 containers of new extra crunchy peanut butter, how many containers of regular crunchy peanut butter would it produce? Okay. So again, 5 to 4. The new would be 3,000. Okay? What times 5 equals 3,000? Well, let's figure that out by dividing. 3,000 divided by 5, 600. Okay? 600 times 5 is 3,000. So 600 times 4 would be 2,400. So 2,400 would be our answer. All right, guys, lesson summary. So for a ratio A to B, we are interested in the associated ratio B to A. Further, if A to B can be measured in the same unit, we are often interested in the associated ratios A equals A plus B and B equals A plus B. Okay? So, for example, if Tom caught 3 fish and Kyle caught 5 fish, we can say the ratio of the fish that Tom caught to the number of fish Kyle caught is 3 to 5. Okay? The ratio of the number of fish Kyle caught to the number of fish Tom caught is 5 to 3. Okay, it's just switching order. The ratio of the number of fish Tom caught to the total number of fish the two boys caught is 3 to 8. And the ratio of the number of fish Kyle caught to the total number of fish the two boys caught is 5 to 8. Okay? So, for the ratio A to B, where B does not equal 0, the value of the ratio is the quotient A over B. Okay? For example, for the ratio 6 to 8, the value of the ratio is 6 to 8 or 3 to 4. And this is just equivalent ratios, okay? Equivalent fractions, okay? So this is the problem set that you guys are going to do. Work on it on your own, okay, and get it turned in when you are done, all right? If you are confused, watch the video again. If you're still confused, then come up to me and ask some questions. All right, guys, have a great day. Miss you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. See ya.